To continue our meal prep series for weight loss and muscle gain, we're making a potato bowl, cheeseburger flavored, extremely easy to make and very tasty. I'm also going to show you how to drastically reduce the fat and calories of cheap ground beef and make it super tender and juicy, effectively saving almost 30% per kilo of ground beef. We're going to start off by prepping the sides, and for the tomato, I like to remove the core. It's really simple, just grab a pointed knife and using your thumb against the knife, place the tip around the core. Then rotate the tomato with your other hand and the core comes out, losing almost none of the tomato flesh. Cut it into medium slices, then strips, and finally into cubes. Set it aside and cut the pre-washed lettuce very roughly into thick strips. I use pickles in this bowl, but I know some people don't like them, so it's optional. But if you do use them, I highly recommend getting a sweet and sour one, like this. And just like the tomatoes, cut it into strips, then thick cubes. And for the last topping, we need half a red onion. Peel it by cutting the pointy end. Place it flat on the cut side and cut it in half, keeping the root intact. From here, it's super easy to remove the skin, and we chop it by making lengthwise cuts, slightly angling the knife, following the shape of the onion, keeping the root to hold the onion together while we cut it. Then, no need to cut it in half, just make a few crosswise cuts and the onion ends up diced just like we need it. Repeat with half a yellow onion, which we'll use later in the meat, and set it aside. Now, for the potatoes, I'm gonna peel them, but it's completely optional. The skin is full of nutrients and for many people, it's not a problem to eat. But if you do peel them, weigh them after peeling to follow the recipe, which in this case is 1.3 kilograms. Now, cut a base on one side and on the bottom. This gives stability and makes it easier to form the cubes. Then divide it into 2 or 3 parts, turn it on the other base we made and cut it in half. Now turn it 90 degrees and make the cubes. Transfer to a bowl with the seasonings of choice. I use paprika, garlic and onion powder, salt and black pepper. Mix in half a tablespoon of oil and cook in the air fryer at 180 for 20 to 25 minutes or until it's golden and soft inside. While they bake, let's prep the meat. I'm using cheap ground beef here. I'm gonna show you how to remove the fat and save money without buying premium lean beef. Start by mixing it with baking soda and salt. I already covered this in an old video, but the baking soda helps brown better, but more importantly, it makes the meat contract less when cooking, making it more tender. And for cheaper beef, that's a big help. Let it sit for at least 5 minutes. Now, cook it in a skillet just until there's no more raw meat, breaking the clumps well. And with the help of a bowl and strainer, drain the liquid and oil. If you look, there's quite a bit. This step alone already cuts 31 to 35% of the fat in the meat. But to increase it by 25 to 30%, rinse it with a good amount of boiling water. This process results in meat with calories very close to premium beef, but 30% cheaper. Now, if you have easy access to a butcher that can grind meat for you, you can skip all of this and just buy beef shank. Ask the butcher to trim the tendons and fat and grind it for you. It has only 5.5% fat and is usually very close in price to the cheap ground beef. Now back to our meat, which is now ready to use. I finish it by browning in a very hot skillet, greased with half a teaspoon of oil. It's important not to stir it while it browns. Then add that half onion that we chopped and quickly saute with the meat, just until it gets translucent and aromatic, about 3 minutes. Finish with a mix of 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and half a cup of water. And what this does is pull off all the caramelized bits of meat and onion from the bottom of the pan and form a sauce. And thanks to the cornstarch, it gets velvety and lightly coats the meat, making it juicier and more flavorful. Now, with the potatoes done, we just need to assemble. Potatoes on the bottom, then the meat, add 1 slice of cheddar cheese for authentic flavor, but you can use mozzarella too. I'm gonna melt it here to show you how it looks finished. But at home, store your meal prep without melting the cheese and without the fresh toppings I'm showing here. The idea is to keep those in the fridge and only add them on top of the meat after reheating the meal. And now, let's taste it. It really tastes like you're eating a deconstructed McDonald's dish. The flavors are instantly recognizable. The meat's super well caramelized and tender. Every single side, the tomato, onion, pickle, lettuce, the burger sauce, it all just goes really well together. And the potato just serves as a perfect neutral base. It doesn't steal any flavor from the rest of the elements. Just a really nice, easy meal prep dish. Highly recommend you guys making it. That being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.